As I was editing my mother's letters into the book, I recognized that she actually had a 3-step process that she went through every time she came up against a person, a situation, or an event that caused her to feel stressed. Now, the first step is to become aware, and there are many ways to do this. You can think about it, you can talk about it, but I think the most effective way is to go to your computer or grab a pad and a pen, detach your emotional monitor, and write about what is happening and how it is impacting you, and especially how you feel about it. Writing it down provides clarity, and it will help your subconscious brain from working on the problem and waking you up every morning at 3 a.m. The second step is acceptance, and this is the hardest thing any of us have to do as caregivers. We have to accept that there are many, many things that we cannot control, fix, or change, including the progression of a disease, the eventual outcome, or the behavior of other people. We have to accept that what we once had is gone. What we had planned for this time of our lives and our hopes for the future are no longer attainable, and this is hard. Now, the third step is action, and there are actually 2 parts to this. If you can identify a problem that has a solution, then yay, that's awesome. Make a plan, execute the plan, fix the problem, and then move on. However, if you are caring for someone who has Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or some other progressive and degenerative disease, you are going to come up against problems that don't have solutions, things that can't be fixed. In that case, you have 2 choices. You can either obsess about it, you can think about it the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night before you go to bed, and you can let it wake you up at 3 a.m., or you can choose to release your emotional attachment to it. So let's talk about how we can apply these steps of creative indifference toward guilt. Let's start with identifying the difference between earned guilt and unearned guilt. If you intentionally inflict physical or emotional harm on another person, you should feel guilty. If you lie to a friend, cheat someone out of money, or do something that goes against your own moral code, that's a really rotten thing to do. You have earned that guilt. So, you should apologize, make amends, and then do whatever it takes to set it right and don't do it again. Now, unearned guilt is different, and it is the type of guilt that most caregivers experience frequently. Unearned guilt is actually a form of self-harm that comes from accepting the responsibility for solving problems that don't have solutions and for managing someone else's feelings. Now, we've identified 2 types of guilt, earned guilt and unearned guilt. Let's look now at a couple different types of guilt trippers. You might have someone in your life who uses anger and guilt to make you feel like you have done something wrong or you have failed in something that would have made them happy. These people are really, really good at manipulating you into getting what they want. Your guilt tripper could be a friend, a family member, a spouse, or it could be your care receiver. And your guilt tripper could also be you. If you feel like it is up to you to solve every problem and make everyone else happy, the well of your unearned guilt may become extraordinarily deep, confining, and controlling, and difficult to escape.